Hello, everyone who is just now joining, which you should just now be joining, just starting. This is LOL. I'm Tori, and this is
Glenn T.
Glenn T. What does the T stand for?
And you know what? I have to tell you about that later. That's another story. I ain't even told my wife yet. See what I'm saying? Sorry, baby. Y'all don't
I just don't feel like you should drop nicknames and stuff. You're not going to explain them.
Right.
Anyway, so what we will be talking about today is the topic of dating.
Dating.
Yeah.
Everybody's trying to do it.
Everybody.
Ain't no playbook.
Like last week we was, not last week, a couple weeks ago, we was talking about it's no longer cuffing season, it's dropping them season.
Right.
So
yeah, time to
now we're switching it over to dating.
Right. I don't even, people talk about dating, but ain't nobody really dating for real. Dating is just a cute word for people just trying to hook up.
Hang out.
Ain't nobody trying to, the one thing you hear people say all the time is we just talking, hey yo homie. That's what I used to say all the time. I don't even know, I didn't even classify people as dating.
How can we classify dating?
What is,
because to me, the way I was raised, dating is what they call it back then, courting.
Yeah.
Okay. Actually going out on dates, like
I don't even know that's courting. Courting was
what was courting? I don't know what that means.
Courting is something that your grandparents did.
I don't know. Okay, never mind. I don't like
after the March on Washington.
All right, never mind. Well, we don't call it courting anyway. Yeah. So the way I classify dating, I will hope everyone else does. It's just me. We actually go out on dates, like out to eat, out to the movies, out to the museum, long walks in the park because we don't have no nice beaches around here. Stuff like that, not just laid up at each other's houses doing whatever and dating. Watching TV and stuff. That's not dating.
It can be. It can be. It
once you're together, that is. I'm telling you, dating is like a get to know.
You can get to know somebody at their house too, though. Or you come on. I'm just saying because not everybody got money like that, and I understand that some things are free and the whole.
I'm about to say a walk around the plaza.
Yeah, but you got to get to the plaza unless you live like down on Waldron or something.
You shouldn't be focusing on dating if you can't afford to get down there.
No, because everybody wants somebody though. Broke, rich, or poor, you want to be able to, kick it with somebody. Stop playing. So I'm saying, even broke people want somebody to, to be kicking it with.
So broke people, they date in the house?
Hey, broke people do what they can while they can. See what I'm saying? They got to get creative with their dating situations. I'm just saying. I'm
trying to think some good ideas for broke people. How can they date?
Broke people dating. Let's see. If you invite her over your mama house all the time for like Sunday dinner. That is a really, you don't.
Well, yeah, that's.
I'm just saying, if you broke, hopefully your mom ain't broke too. Y'all ain't having just like beanies and weenies at the crib. But
what's wrong with that?
Ain't nobody trying to do that all the time. See, that's that new
Switch
age.
It up.
That's that new age right there. Sis said that's the reason why you was. We're gonna save that conversation.
Okay, yeah, thank you. Anyway.
But dating when I was out there before, Mrs. Moore. Shout out to the chat line. See what I'm saying? Missy Jones, Mikela Moore. We appreciate y'all going ahead and doing it.
Pretty name.
It is. She's a beautiful woman. All right, boo boo. Hi,
Mikela.
All right.
Did I say it right?
Yeah, you said something. Just go with Key. You mess up your mouth doing anything else. But dating. When it was anybody that I spent money on, we was dating. If we went out more than twice in a week, you was pretty much my girlfriend. I'm just saying.
Well, yeah, if that's like exclusive dating, though.
Yeah, but everybody get such a
when you get titles and whatnot. That's
a bad distortion. Like you can't be dating multiple people at one time, which I think is a lie. Now you shouldn't be in multiple relationships at one time.
Okay. Yeah.
Personally, I don't.
Well,
think.
Yeah, I agree.
But if you ain't attached to anybody and you single and you free to do what you want to do and he free to do what he want to do, I don't see nothing wrong with, if she went out with Tom, Dick, and Harry, multiple different days and whatnot, but as long as she's not.
Yeah, because that's dating. Like that's going out.
How do you know what you like until you got something to compare to?
Absolutely.
So what was your dating experiences like? Did you have any? Because everybody got that one horrible date.
My God! Oh my goodness!
But you're still in it. I'm tripping.
I am. That's why. Let's
get this. Let's
when I found out what the topic was, I was like, that's the sound I made. Like I don't know what that is, but that's what the sound I made because I was just, Anyway,
anybody we know. You want to drop any name?
I ain't dropping any name.
I'm just saying.
I ain't doing that no more, man. I name dropping his status last week. Got me in all type of trouble. Let's not go there. Anyway, no name dropping. However,
okay.
Yes. Dating pool is very right now.
What was the worst date you've been on?
The worst date?
And why was it the worst date?
All right, the worst date I have been on. The reason why is because I like people that can make me laugh, and I went out with this guy, and he wanted to go out to eat into the movies. That to me was boring, number one, because that's really basic.
That's basic date.
And so, which was cool.
What date was this? Like date number one?
Yeah, it was date number one. I just kind of felt like
an icebreaker.
Probably the movies, no, out to eat, yeah, because you can talk, kind of get to know each other and stuff. Anyway, I'll tell you if you have a booger, or if something is wrong, like kind of odory, if that's a word.
Oh, he came to the date foul?
I just feel like he just straight left the gym and just came right there, and I was just like, bro, like, is that sweat? Like, what? I had no idea. So anyway, he was like, he wanted to go out to eat first, and I was like, all right, cool. He said he wanted to go to Panera Bread. I was like, bro, for a date, like
first date again.
Yes, the first date. I said no. I said, we're budgeting or whatever. We can go like to Applebee's or something like that, but you are paying, right? Because this is the first date. So
who asked who on the date?
This ain't Dutch. He asked me.
Okay, well,
yeah,
it's his responsibility.
Absolutely.
All right.
Yeah, we'll get into that. We're gonna get into that.
All right,
we're gonna get into that. But anyway, so I was like, no, we need to go somewhere. Else Panera Bread is like kind of. No. So anyway, he
that bread is not cheap. I'm just saying.
It ain't cheap,
that bread is a little
no
expensive. They bake that fresh daily, according to commercials.
I believe them.
Okay.
But anyway, so we went, and it was just horrible because he was so boring. And it's like, I love to laugh, and I like to make people laugh. I love when people can make me laugh. If you can't make me laugh, do not talk to me. And I feel like I gave him that disclaimer when we were texting.
Okay.
And I did, and it was just very dry and boring. And I just felt like no. And then so basically, I just got on my phone. I was kind of being rude and texting. So then
you that chick?
Yeah, I was. I don't care. Like,
obviously,
I don't. So anyway, yeah. So anyway, then he was like, all right, well, you ready to go to the movies? I said, no, actually, I just got a text message saying that I need to babysit tonight. It's so last minute, so I'm going to just go ahead and go. If he watching this, I'm sorry a little bit.
He probably upstairs watching it.
Shut up. I hope you come harder than that, though. Anyway. See, y'all gotta know behind the scenes stuff. We apologize, but anyway, so yeah, it was just horrible because he was musty, he was boogery, he was sweaty, and he wanted to go to Panera Bread, and I was like no, and then I just said I had an emergency to get to, so I just
this dude had the trifecta going, huh?
Yeah,
he had the holy trinity of bad dates.
Yeah,
stanking, booger situations.
Yeah, and it's like they approach me all wrong. Like, first off, just never say this to me. What up, ma? You will never get a response. Like, that's just one of them you will not get a response to. If you can say, like, hey, how was your day today? Or, hey, I would like to get to know you. Or, hey, you look pretty today. Or something like that. That's better than, what up, ma?
But
I'm going to respond with, what up, cuz? Like, that's what I'm going to start doing.
But the thing is, that's not what a lot of you got to know who they normally talking to.
Yeah.
And so
I automatically assume you're, like, under 21 if you say that to me.
It's amazing. I don't know, because it's a lot of chicks, between 21 and 30 that still respond to that foolishness. So it is.
That's called desperation.
Yeah, it could be, but then that means there's a lot of desperate people in Kansas City. Not just Kansas City. It could be a lot of desperate people everywhere.
What was your worst date?
Oh my God, Jesus, Lord knows. This was the absolute worst because the funds was already limited. So I was going to school. I was drawing my unemployment, so shout out to Kansas, that good $4.50 every week. It was hot. But funds was limited until the next unemployment check. So me and this young lady decides to, go ahead and make this situation a date. So I'm like, and I had to choose between her and this other chick on who I was going to take to Zona Rosa, to a comedy show. So I chose her. This foolishness. So what ended up blowing up the whole day was a phone conversation, because I like asking questions. I figured that's the only way I can get to really know you, is by asking questions. So we talked all the days up until the date. So like on a Thursday, we having this conversation. So I asked her about her son, because she had just had this baby. Baby's like a couple years old. So I asked her son about a hypothetical in the future. Mm-hmm. And she was like, I said, so what if your son, is in college and he runs up, because they give kids in college credit cards like it's candy, like it's trick or treat. So I'm like, what if he runs up a bill and whatnot? She's like, well, I'll probably just go ahead and pay the bill. I'm like, but what does that teach him as far as responsibility if you know his mom's just gonna clean it up? My son ain't gonna be. So it went. The conversation went total left. Now, like I said, this is before the date. So I called. That happened on a Wednesday night. So I called Thursday, called Friday. We still go on. Blah blah blah. I go to pick her up on Saturday. This heifer, this heifer has an attitude instantly. So I'm a gentleman, most of the time, baby, watch out. I go outside, I go out to, open the car door. She's like, I don't need you to open my car door. Oh, it's going to be one of those.
So was she cool though? Like
no.
No. Like you talked before, after y'all had that conversation. So like that Thursday and Friday, was she cool
it was
or
still
like
little attitude?
Had you should have foreseen this or not?
I should have used my discerning spirit, but I hadn't really tapped into that quite yet. And so we get to we go to this little Italian restaurant out there by Zona Rosa, and she orders this food. She don't even eat the food. She's playing in it.
No.
And then she's like, so it's time to go to the thing. She's like, she tell the waitress like, I'm done. She don't even eat nothing. I was, oh my.
She didn't get a box?
Dude, oh my God, I was hot. I was fuming.
Let me just say this, as a foodie, I don't believe in wasting food. If ever you are out with me and you don't eat your food, best believe it's coming with me or I'm going to eat it right
Lord
there.
knows I was perturbed.
I know I would have that would have pissed me off a lot.
So now I'm in full fledged. I don't care about you or your little funky feelings. So we get into the into Stanford to see the show. And so you know how they sit just anybody with anybody. So she don't want to sit on the outside. So now she wants to sit. Now she want to hold a conversation.
While the show is going?
Yeah, before the show starts. She don't want to hold a conversation. This is really not. I don't even really want to be here with you right now. If it weren't for the fact that I had already bought these tickets, you'd be at home. Yeah. So that was the absolute worst. And so I dropped her off. It's middle of winter. I skirted out of her driveway.
Did you make sure she got in the house?
Dude, no. If you fall, obviously I don't need to be a gentleman for that. You don't need me for that right now. See what I'm saying? So
you mentioned the fact that she had kids. What do you feel, or have you ever dated a chick that lied about having kids?
No.
And you later found out?
No. I've never had that situation because
I know people that do that.
I never had that situation happen to me, thank God.
I feel like if you lie about your kids, it is because you ashamed, and that makes you a bad parent in my opinion. I'm sorry, I don't have kids, so maybe I shouldn't say that, but whatever. Or they are little snots and you just don't want them running people off, but it's better to introduce them early on instead of later on. I would anyway.
Yeah, you got if
I have 0 kids, by the way. Just saying.
Just
stop, throw that out there.
So far, okay.
Hey.
So far,
he trying to jinx me, y'all.
Check back with us in 9 months.
No,
right?
Don't do that. Don't do that. Don't
first LOL baby, it's coming.
Mama, if you are watching and when you do see this, ignore him.
Mama
we will talk about this later.
Tora, I told you we need to talk. I told you. Okay, I'm just saying.
Ain't nothing.
But no, even when I was dating. I was, I had, my kids are stair steps. So I had, at this time I had they're all a year apart. So my oldest should be 14 this year. My son will be 13, and my baby girl, my biologicals will be 12. So that's cool now because they about to be teenagers. But when they was 2, 1, and 6 months, and I got to explain, I got all these not all these kids, but I got these kids and then how young they are and how that was a totally different.
How soon would you tell that person?
I'm telling you from the beginning.
Off top,
from the beginning, because what you ain't gonna do is, if that's a deal breaker, it needs to be a deal breaker in the beginning. Because what I don't want to do is invest all this time getting to know you and blah blah blah, and then because I actually had that happen. I was talking to this lady and told her how many kids I had, and at that time they were really young, and she was just like, I don't know if I could really, be part of that. And when I'm like, I'm not asking you to be their mama. They got mamas, but it was what it was. Baby, you right. That's what I got for messing around with ratchetness, and they got, and so that's why I stopped messing with ratchetness and got with you. See what I'm saying? Although you, never mind.
Don't come for her.
No. We good because she's not ratchet at all.
I got your back, girl.
Go ahead, have her back.
Yeah.
Missy, what are you talking about? We want to just give a shout out to all the people on the chat line.
We definitely appreciate it.
If you own the chat line and you just watching the show, go ahead and log on into the chat line. Have a conversation with us. Tell us what you talk about with your dating situation.
You can add to. So you said you had already purchased these tickets, right?
Right.
Now let me ask you this: first date, second date, third date. If you're the one asking, how much do you budget for that? Like, how much do you think a man should spend on a woman that they are not actually claiming yet? Like, you know what I mean? Like, y'all just dating, like I said.
I think personally, this is my personal belief. I don't think you should do any dating that's going to hurt your household. So if you dating, you need to be dating out of your surplus, not out of your budget. See what I'm saying? Because if you're taking away from your light money just to impress this chick, but then y'all don't want to have 13 drinks down at the Power and Light, but then when you go home on Monday, you worrying if your light's gonna be on when you flip that switch. That's at some point you got to be mature about your dating experience, the whole nine. Because you can easily, as we was talking before, you can easily just once you get to know somebody, or maybe not so much on the first or second date, but that third date come around, you can bring somebody to the crib and do something really intimate for them. If you're really trying to impress, show that you can cook, your house stay clean most of the time, you ain't got no rats or roaches running around. That's important to women.
I would hope that even if you weren't dating,
I'm just saying, there are some hood rat type people, both men and women, that have no problem. Oh my God, Jesus knows. I had a family member that had a mouse situation, right? Like Michael Jackson in the Michael Jackson movie with the ABC 1-2-3, him and his little brothers, and he would go talk to his little. They had a mouse situation like that where they actually named this mouse. I'm like, what?
They just knew? Like, is it being there chilling and stuff?
The mouse would just run across the table. They be like, hey, Bob. I'm like,
Bob?
It was serious. If y'all don't quit playing with me, I can't even stay in this house no more because y'all got an infestation. Oh my God.
See, that's another, you don't be focusing on dating if you got those type of problems. Like, handle your business first. Like, don't.
Oh my God.
Take care of that. Take care of that. Because at some point in time, they're going to have to come over and you don't want that light switch and then they scatter. You don't want that.
Don't invite me over if you got some type of situation. I don't care as a friend, if we dating, nothing. If you know there's a chance that somebody on more than 4 legs can come out, you shouldn't even have company at this point because you ratchet.
I agree.
Something's wrong with you and your lifestyle. I'm just saying you need to get to know Jesus because Jesus never had rats or roaches. And
you don't know what he had.
No. I am certain it's not in the Bible.
Cleanliness is next to godliness.
Right, and it's not. It say nothing about no rats and roaches. I'm just saying he loved everything, but he didn't have them in his house. That's all I'm saying. It's not a game.
Side note, I got a real funny story. So when I was very, very young, I still kind of am. Anyway, I was really scared of like dogs and cats, and I just hated animals. So I was like maybe 5 or 6, and my dad was dating, and he we went to the lady house, and he was like, I said, Daddy, does she got any pets? Because if so, I don't want to go in. He was like, yeah, she got pets. And she was like, no, I don't. And he said, oh, you ain't got roaches?
Oh, Pops bust her out like that?
Yeah.
I see where you get it from. You and your daddy rude.
No, that's not true. That's not. I'm very nice. I am very nice.
Hey, I'm just saying, it's people. Look, ladies, this is as a grown man telling you for real. This is not a game. I'm just saying, if you have become accustomed to rats and roaches, not even just rats, because that's just beyond. That's a whole nother topic, because that's dangerous. Because rats eat people. I've seen the movies. It's not a game. But if you got roaches for real, and it's just like, when they don't even run when you turn on the lights anymore, I'm just saying you need to.
They family at that point.
You need to go give your life to Christ because
you need to do something.
Because obviously something is wrong with you for real. Oh my God, it is. When I was dating, I have been over chicks' houses, and it's like a whole nother world. Not only do they have the trifecta of horribleness, bad butt kids. I've seen either a mouse or some type of mouse droppings and roaches. Come on, man. And your house ain't clean, but yeah, you got the nerve.
Did she invite you over? Did she like cook dinner?
No, she was just like, won't you come over and chill out, meet the kids and whatnot. I ain't really cool on meeting kids. This our third or second time. I don't know if I'm gonna be with you. So
when do you think you should meet the kids, not bring them up, meet them if you're dating?
If you're dating,
because I feel like after you need to
meet the kids,
have it established that y'all got something going on.
Right. That's my mindset, because you just can't. Look, it was very rare when a lady met my daughters, my kids here in Kansas City, because it wasn't even. I refused to have my kids get attached to somebody, and me knowing me, I'm liable to leave you alone because you made the wrong flavor of Kool-Aid. It's not a game.
Well, I don't have kids, but I know once we got something established where I think they could possibly go somewhere, they're gonna meet. But yeah, so what we're about to do right now, we're gonna go to a commercial break, and then we will return shortly with more dating do's, don'ts, and all other type of stuff. So
all right, y'all, come back with us, Sim Sam. Get on that chat line, go ahead and hit us up.
We're back.
Welcome back.
He started it. I didn't really.
Welcome back to LOL. We appreciate y'all coming back and hanging out with us for the second half of this show. We about to turn it up a little bit, talk about some of these do's and don'ts, will and won'ts, what you should and shouldn't be doing. And I'm gonna give you perspective from a grown man experience, because it's a lot of chicks out there that's gonna watch this, and y'all family gonna watch this, and y'all don't know what really y'all doing, and y'all don't understand the damage y'all are doing to yourselves. I sound like Steve Harvey right now because I watch that show every day while I'm at work. It's all good. Don't judge me because I got a job where I can watch TV. Look, we're gonna talk. Go ahead, Tori, kick us off.
Anyway, so the do's and don'ts. Now, from a woman's perspective, do not bring up your ex-girlfriend while we are sitting there trying to get to know each other. I don't need to know that right then. I don't need to know why y'all broke up right away. That can wait. I don't need to know how she look. Hold on.
I can see that.
I don't need to know anything about her off that, that first date. Do not do that. Also, do not sit there on your phone, because that means I ain't cute. That's how I would feel. I feel like I just did not put in effort or something. Now I'm gonna want to go home.
Didn't we just spend 10 minutes on the dude that you just sat 10 minutes on the phone with?
I can do that. I said from a woman's perspective what the dude shouldn't do.
Oh, that's hot. Yeah. Whatever. That's horrible.
Yeah, what you should do though is compliment. Do that a lot.
Man,
multiple times.
Don't do that, bro. Because if she's looking for a compliment, you give her one. Give her one, but like, your breath really don't stink that bad. I do appreciate that you got, most of your toes. Something like that. Give her something that's gonna bring her.
We appreciate that your Bath and Body works.
Right. From a male perspective, I feel what you're saying as far as talking about your ex. Nobody want to try to.
I think that's rude.
Don't nobody want to hear that in the beginning. Now I do want to later on. We do need to have that conversation.
Well,
as to
yeah,
why you and your ex didn't make it, or if he's crazy or a stalker. Do I need to park around the corner? Because y'all got some.
Is he gonna be hiding out?
I've had a chick key up another chick's car. It's not a game. So, that conversation needs to go both ways. There's some dudes that's messing with some crazy bras out there, too. See what I'm saying? Y'all know who y'all are. Y'all know it's probably the person that you just thought of that's the craziest.
What should a woman make sure that she does on a date?
As far as...
that would not necessarily attract you to her, but make you kind of enjoy the date more?
It should be a back and forth. Mm-hmm. It shouldn't be all just one-sided. And I think that applies to both sides. If one person is monopolizing the conversation, it's like if we was just sitting here and you did all the talking, I'd be like, I don't even need to be here. Tori got all this. It should be if we just going back and forth, because once again, if you're not asking questions about me, how that tells me that
you're not interested.
Exactly. You don't want to know about me anyway.
Right.
So it should, and then not only that, don't judge the answers that you get.
Right.
Because I think a lot of women do that too. They'll ask a question. They ask questions that they really don't want to hear the answer to. How many women have you been with?
Yeah. How many women you slept with?
That's right. See what I'm saying? So then instantly you judging. See what I'm saying? But you don't know. This dude could have been part of that Wilt Chamberlain school. 10,000 at a time. I'm just saying it happens.
That was
like
judgment if you didn't.
Right.
That was judgment.
I'm just saying. So judging, I think in the beginning everybody should just be able to operate off of a clean slate. You shouldn't be judging now to a degree. Now if he said when he was younger he killed 13 people, I might have to end this. We might need to end this a little
Matter
quickly.
Matter of fact, that's a don't. Well, that's a do. Do bring that up, but don't bring that up.
If you have a criminal history, I want to know. When do you bring that up?
It depends on what the history is. Like, did you rob somebody back when you was younger? You don't really have. But if you just, murder raps and whatnot, what you doing out of jail anyway is what I want to know. So I'll be curious.
Yeah, we need to. There's some conversations. There's some conversations I think you can hold off on. But talking about your ex consistently, talking about the things that your ex used to do to you. you know, whether it's, you know, domestic abuse or, you know, things in the bedroom or whatever the case may be, you know, we can have those conversations a little later. I'm trying to find out
it's not about
are.
them. I mean,
Right.
about the ex at that point. So, yeah, no, I don't. Okay, so what, like, physically, like, you know, how not every woman wears perfume, or not every woman, like, wants to spruce their hair up. Some of them just go for the all natural and stuff like that. Like, you know, like, I feel like a woman, first off, you should be putting in effort, in my opinion, a little bit of effort every day when you wake up to just do that for yourself.
Man,
but if you went on a date, girl, you show out.
If you're doing something for somebody else, you're doing it for the wrong reason.
I want you
to take pride in who you are. See what I'm saying? I want you to be, you know, if you're getting your nails done, don't get them done just because I want to see you with your nails done, or you getting your hair done just because I want you to take pride in yourself that you want to be flawless all the time. I ain't got no problem with I have no problem with a woman, you know, doing, but some stuff you should go, you know, accentuate the positives and, you know, try to throw shade on the negatives.
Would this make you mad if you was out to dinner and, like, she was at the table touching up her makeup, or should she go to the bathroom?
Nah, I wouldn't mad. Cause I'm not.
I feel like if a dude gets mad about that,
no, because if a dude gets mad about that, you got some.
Yeah,
you getting mad about the wrong thing, and that's the type of person that wants to fight every battle.
Yeah.
And as a grown man, I've learned.
What if homeboy was like putting deodorant on at the dinner table?
Now that's just stupid. I mean, why are you putting on deodorant at the dinner table? What? I don't even understand. I mean, the fact that you got it in your pocket. See what I'm saying? Because that means you knew at some point your deodorant wasn't gonna make it through the whole day. Right. See what I'm saying? If y'all little Thundercats, look at here, pimping. If y'all doing that,
don't ever do that.
Go play in traffic. No, I'm not saying like, you know, slow traffic. I'm like rush hour, you know, because something wrong with you and your mama. Don't do that. Don't be doing grooming. Her putting on a little makeup, you know, touching it up, making sure she looking cute because she want to look cute for you. That's something different. But you going outside, I mean, you right there putting on the right guard right on at the table, and your food just came. Ain't nobody trying to do all.
Read your wife comment. I like that.
Okay, the last one. Okay, Mrs. Moore, Mikela Moore says, should sexual desires be a topic conversation on the first date?
Dang.
Depending on, really, it depends on what your intent is for that date. I mean, for that person, because not every person that you dating do you have those long term.
That, and then it also depend on how you vibe with that person. Like some people, you can just first, not necessarily first meet them, but you first go out with them and y'all just kind of can talk about everything. But I feel like if a dude or a female is coming off the bat just talking about that's all they're interested in.
Right.
Like they're not, you know what I'm saying? So I feel like it can be talked about in the first date, but how did it come up? Like who brought it up, and where did it go from there? Like
how deep it gets.
Yeah.
Because you can go too far, and then that's all that's gonna be in. Because if you do that to the normal man, to the normal dude, if a woman brings up sex on the first date to the normal dude, then
y'all going back to the house.
He automatically thinks that this is what she wants, and then you put yourself in a situation where you might have to defend yourself about something a little bit later, and you don't want that. So. Sex is always going to be a topic. I think the sex conversation need to happen within the first couple of dates.
Yeah.
Because you need to know what type of freak you're dealing with. Because, you know, you could be an Aquarius and dating a Scorpio, and I don't know if that's really going to work, you know, except for me and my boo. All right, baby. But, or you could be a Gemini. You know, there's some freaky signs out there. I'm just saying, you need to know who you're dealing with. Because, case in point, I dated this young lady. And when I say she was out there, she was out there. It's not a game.
Promiscuous.
No, not promiscuous. Because what you do, who you done before me, that's between you and Jesus. My thing was what she wanted to be done to her. Oh my God!
Is it triple X?
No. I ain't gonna go into details because you know I know my sons and my kids gonna watch this, and I don't want y'all knowing what y'all daddy used to do. But it's not a game. It's not. But the thing that she wanted,
Mama, I don't do any of those things.
Jesus, no. She wanted. Lord, I had to go to church 3 times in one day off of her because it was crucial. Crucial. Oh, I'll tell you about it once we stop crew rolling.
I don't know.
No. You want to know because I'm just saying it's a dude out there just like her.
Okay, cool.
So you might want to protect yourself.
Anyway, yeah. So, but
do's and don'ts of dating. Don't bring up sex too early. Period. Because
don't do that.
If you do, you setting yourself up for a bad situation, for real. And if I know that you a real freak like that, then that's automatically gonna tell me that you might be out of my league and I might can't talk to you anymore.
Take pride in your appearance as a dude.
Oh my God!
Please.
If that
men too, that's not just for women.
Men
like,
most definitely.
Don't come over there with your nose not blown and stuff like, oh boy did me. Like,
not even that, because you might not even know about that. But
you can check before you got the car.
This is true. Take pride in your appearance and the way you look. I like the fact that I smell good. I know I smell good to me. So if I smell good to me, I'm gonna smell good to most people.
Yeah.
Don't be coming over stinking or nothing like that, because if that just shows a lack of respect. See what I'm saying? Don't be introducing everybody to your kids the third day that you done met this person, because
that's a do, but bring them up.
Bring them up most definitely, and tell the accurate number of children that you have.
Do not lie talking about you got 2 kids when you got 6.
Right.
Don't do that.
See what I'm saying?
Just because they older and out the house, like that's
right.
They still your kids.
Right,
like,
because in today's generation, there's a woman out there that is 40 that got a 23-year-old kid, a 17-year-old kid, a 15, and a 6-month-old right now at the house. Now, don't just bring up the 6-month-old. You tell about them grown buck kids too, because I need to know if I need to knock little Jimmy in the head because I'm dating his mama, because he's been the only man in the life for all these years.
I don't got a problem with my hands on nobody's kids.
I don't want no more.
I'll tell you that.
I like other people's kids. I like what other people are
pregnant.
pregnant.
Let me babysit, because I will. Don't ask questions if you ask me to babysit when you come pick them up.
I'm just saying. Now, are we done with the do's and don'ts?
Yes.
Because we can go through a whole list of these.
We could.
But we're going to go ahead and move on to the next topic.
Question. Look, would you go on a blind date?
Man,
I don't mean blind date like you seen a picture of them on Facebook and y'all exchanged them. I mean like a blind date, like your homie told you about her and was like, "Hey, bro, yeah, she cute and stuff."
Man,
you know, like,
I would. If I was still dating, I would, because hopefully whoever set this blind date up, hopefully they like me. Hopefully, but I would go on a blind date just to see how good of a friend this person is. Mm-hmm. Because if you set me up with somebody that is atrocious, and you know if this person is bootified ugly. I mean, bootified ugly. You know, for real, it's not a game.
Haven't heard that one before.
I want to know how good of a friend that I really got in my corner, because I need to know if I need to cut you loose or not. But I would, because you just don't know who you're gonna run into, or how God's gonna bring people into your life.
That's very true. But how would you exit out of that? Like, say for instance, like your homie set this person up and they look good, mm-hmm. but they off the bat just start talking crazy. Like, say for instance, a chick that cusses entirely too much. Now I do have a sailor mouth sometimes, but if it's like one, like, you know what I'm saying, just something like that. Like, if it's something that's a real strong turn off to you, and that's exactly what that chick is doing back to back, how do you exit from that?
I would just stop calling.
No, I'm talking about while you there.
Oh,
while y'all at dinner.
No, I would finish the date, because
that's
like I
nice
said,
of you.
Yeah, I would finish the date. I wouldn't. I've yet to leave somebody but I've thought about it. But no. I've yet to leave somebody just straight stranded out. That's a lie. I have left a chick at the mall once. But what you ain't gonna do.
Like, she rode with you and you just left her?
Yeah. It was scandalous the way I did it too. It was hot. I mean, I had this 200 and something pounds moving through the mall. Because my intent, she was playing games. Man, I got time to be playing no game. I'm a grown butt man, for real. It is what it is.
I was talking to this dude, and for one, I love all races, and I don't like when people sit there and discriminate. I'm against racism. And this dude, he was just sitting there like just talking about white people this, white people that, white people this, white people that. It's like the second date. And I'm like, had that been the first date, that would have been a wrap. And so I met him there, thank God. I was like, I'm leaving. Pay for the food, have a good night, and I left. Because that's rude. Don't do stuff like that. Like, so I feel like if you really uncomfortable, or that person is just grossing you out or pissing you off, you can just leave. You ain't got to be polite. It's nice to be polite, but you ain't got to be.
It's because this is my mindset about it. I wouldn't want nobody just to walk up out on me. At least finish the date. Depending on what we're gonna do. Now, if you just see that it's just not working out and this is horrible, and y'all just have totally different views, I think you can cordially bow out. Be like, this ain't what I'm thinking it is. If y'all drove together, then we just gonna go ahead and call it a night after this point.
That's
if it's but
very
if it's,
adult of
but
you.
if it,
Me on the
right,
other hand, I'm
but
childish. I'm just
if it's they done said something that done got you in your feelings, or you done said something that got them in their feelings, and y'all going back and forth, y'all arguing like y'all been together for 13, 14 years, man, let's cut that nonsense short. The chat line is saying, what happens once you see them and they are not what you thought they would be? I've had that situation happen.
Now I would like if they're like physically not what I thought they would. I would sit there and talk to them, like, be polite, and I would see that would be the date that I would finish. I would be like, okay, cool, but I'm not just gonna stay if you pissing me off. Like, I would stay for that. You want to stay for that? That's rude.
No, I would, because
that's mean.
I'm gonna stop right there because I could get in trouble from this point on.
So mean.
No, I would finish I would finish that particular day, but me calling you, because once again, I've had that happen. Because Facebook and this social media thing is not a game.
Catfish,
man. Oh my God, these people
is real. It is real, people. You do your research. Do it. I'm not. It's not a game.
If a chick,
you better Google them numbers. Do the little picture image thing like he be doing on the Catfish show. Do that.
Man, look,
it's real.
You better do something. You got to be Inspector Gadget nowadays. You have got to be Inspector Gadget, because if you don't, you're gonna mess around and find yourself in a situation where you upset about some foolishness, and people are just way too thirsty nowadays. They are doing some dastardly stuff just to get a data, just because they in their normal everyday life they don't feel like they either attractive enough or good enough to get a date. So, and
because they just sometimes they gross, like some
ugly.
people are just.
I mean, there are some
gross.
ugly people in the world, and people say now let's debunk this.
Ugly people need love too, Craig.
They do
anyway,
and so I'm just saying, ugly people will treat you so right. Oh my God. Ugly people will do some things for you that you can't get nobody else to do for you ever, not even your mama. Oh my God, if I could tell y'all some of this stuff. According to the chat line, they're saying I personally would be like, no, I'm out. Stop lying. You wouldn't.
Don't tell your wife she lying.
She lying because I know her. She that looks real cute on chat, but you would stay. And if you had that thought about me, I'm so glad you stayed, because look what it got you, a winning ticket. Get your life together. Get your life together. It's not a game around here.
All right, let's switch gears right quick. Back to what your wife first brought up. Back to sex. Is it cool for that to happen on the first date?
Once again, it depends on the person. I had a friend, my good friend named Matt Garrett. Matt's philosophy was he has got to smash on the first night. He got to. It's not a game. In order for him to know that, no. He has to smash on the first night because he needs to know if they're going to be compatible physically. I personally
that makes sense, but dang, not the first night.
I can understand it too, but I personally don't agree with that. I personally think that needs to wait, because as soon as you introduce the sexual aspect to any relationship, it takes that relationship to a whole nother level.
So you should kind of like talk about it early on, but wait.
You can talk about, and once again, that's the reason why you need to.
No. Let me ask you this: how do you feel about the 90-day rule, like Steve Harvey had?
Miss me with that.
Really?
That's real cute.
Some girls
that's real cute to sell
shout
some
out
books.
To the girls that do that.
Yeah, shout out to all you holding out heifers, whatever. Stop that foolishness. I'm just saying, if you're gonna do it, I understand.
No, girl, you better take pride. And you better
understand
lock it down.
I understand the concept of it, but if you digging in and he's digging in, man, forget this, because that to me is playing games. That's just how I feel. It's playing games that's just playing games to me. If you feel
that is not playing games
because a lot of chicks will use that as a weapon. They'll get a man all revved up and be like, oh, I'm still doing the 90-day. Man, miss me with that, because you're doing too much. You playing too much.
Okay, I feel as if that's unnecessary. You know what? If you feel like you need to do that, girl, go ahead. Shout out to you. Lock
More
it down.
More power to you. Okay,
yeah, that's a good thing.
Find yourself alone.
I'm proud of you. If you do
She's
that.
Proud. I'm not.
I'm proud. I'm not. But it's just that's because I like like your homeboy said, not the first day, but I would want to know if you compatible for me. Because if you just all lying with it and stuff, like I will break up for somebody.
I understand that you shouldn't be having sex as the word says, but at the same time, let's keep
sexual beings.
Let's keep a
Is that a firecracker?
Intimate. No, this is just from the water bottle. Let's keep it real about the whole thing about, you know, what sex is and whatnot. So I understand why we shouldn't, but at the same time, don't use it as a weapon, for real. Don't use it as a situation that you can control, so you can you see how much this man really loves you, or if he's really feeling you or whatnot. Now, once again, if that's all he wants, he's gonna make that known crystal way before y'all have sex, because throughout the conversation, somebody on the phone. Oh, we got callers. Who be the first LOL caller? Who is this?
This is Sean Williams.
Sean Williams, you sound like my brother. How you doing, brother? What's going on with you?
Yeah, that 90-day rule, man. This is the way I think about it. If the man gotta wait 90 days, then the wallet should have to wait 90 days. You know what I'm saying? Once again, my brother said it best. If you digging him, he digging you. If there was respect before then, there's gonna be respect after then. Bottom line, let's get over this politically correct things, and let's just, you know what I'm saying, do what we do, keep it real, keep it 100. And that's what it is.
Right. I agree with what Sean's saying. If everybody's being honest, but then once again it goes back to everybody being adult about the situation and having real conversations, because you got to have these conversations in the beginning, because if you don't, then you're setting yourself up for failure. The 90 day, if the stuff is on lockdown, then the wallet's on lockdown, then y'all ain't gonna be doing too much of nothing.
If you are gonna wait 90 days, make sure you get your dates in, girl, just in case one of y'all is whack at it.
Whatever.
I'm just saying. I agree though. Like, I mean, no, I feel like,
we're gonna have a lot of phone conversations if I gotta wait 90 days. If I gotta wait 90 days, we having a whole bunch of text conversations. Cause I'm
proud of you. You can wait that long. He must be ugly. I would feel like, you just trying to give him a chance.
I'm so glad I wasn't dating back when that foolishness started, because
they didn't like.
That's just foolery to me. That's just once again my personal opinion. If you feeling it, I'm feeling it. Let's go ahead and make it happen. But it shouldn't happen on the first day, because if it happens on the first day, if it happens on the first day, then. All right, Sean Edward, we appreciate you, bro. Good looking out. Appreciate your support. Who we got on the line? LOL.
Hello, hey, how you doing?
Doing good. How you doing?
I'm good. I was talking about your 90-day rule, baby. We don't do the 90-day rule either. My name is Mabel. How you doing?
Hey, Miss Mabel. Miss Mabel. How old are you?
I'm 76, and I'm proud of it.
That's what I'm talking about. Put it in the air, Miss Mabel. If the Lord and bless you with 66 years, that's nothing to be ashamed of. Thank you, Miss Mabel. So when you was, are you single now, or are you married?
Oh no, my husband passed away. I'm actually still looking. I get out there when I can.
So you try to get your groove back, Miss Mabel?
I know that's right.
Okay, so what's your philosophy about dating now? Now, as an older person doing it.
Now, how is it supposed to be easy for me to get on out there? Now, I look at me, and I like the young ones, because I can't have somebody dying before I do. I already had it once. I'm looking for something, what do I do for men that don't really want the old women, but, I'm trying to get in the game. How do I do this, baby? Tell me.
You trying to get in the Okay, so what's your intent? Are you looking for a husband? You just looking for a good time? Is maybe what you trying to do? Because I got some advice for you, for real. What you want?
Well, I don't want no more husbands.
No more husbands.
I don't think I can.
You picked up enough Social Security checks from that. You got the insurance from the last husband. Is what you're saying?
Yeah.
Okay, so we good on the financial. So you just out trying to have some fun, right? So Miss Mabel, so are you thinking about making him wait, or you just like, we ain't got time to wait because we both could be in the grave tomorrow?
How you feel about the 90-day rule?
90 days is not gonna work. Yeah, I'll be lucky if I can last 90 weeks. That bad boy would be long dried up. We need to get on right now.
That's what I'm saying, Miss Mabel. Put it in the air. It's not a game. Miss Mabel is the winner of the day. She's the caller of the day. Miss Mabel, this is all I'm saying. I ain't gonna tell you to go out there and be throwing it at every Tom, Dick, and Harry. But I'm just saying, if you find a Tom and or a whatever, you handle your business as a grown woman. You have earned the right.
Mabel, it sounds like you have confidence, and confidence is what you need to get out there in the game. You got that.
Now the question is, what's the age range you looking for? What you looking for? What's too young and what's too old? Oh, Miss Mabel, you was going to go. Miss Mabel, log into the chat line, because you was awesome. You was awesome. Miss Mabel is the. Miss Mabel, you get 2 thumbs up, because somebody Somebody's gonna be happy. They get part of the ex-husband, the dead husband's money. So Miss Mabel know how to cook because she's 60-something years old. So you gonna go in the kitchen and hook them up with
Your
a
wife
with
said,
a good
is
plate.
Miss Mabel looking to become an extreme cougar?
Have you seen that show?
No, I didn't see the show.
It is not a game.
For real? That's
No,
a show?
that's a real show where these old, and normally it's old well, obviously it's cougar, so it's old chicks with these younger dudes. So we saw this one, me and my wife saw this one where this chick was like 75, 80 years old, and she had like a 25-year-old dude. Not a game.
I don't want to know about that.
It was serious, and they was in love for real.
We got another call coming in.
All right.
No, we don't. We do. Y'all lied.
See?
Okay. That was false information. Anyway. Yeah.
I'm just saying, once again, don't play games with it.
Okay, so since we talking about cougars and, now sugar daddies and things of that nature.
Mm-hmm.
What do you feel is the appropriate age gap?
Man.
Because I feel like if you old enough to be my parent.
That was my thing. If you could not have, my mindset was you could not have went to school with my parent at any point in time. Other than college, because in college,
because people go later. And,
exactly. But if you could have went to school with my mama, whether she was in 6th grade and you was in kindergarten, or you was the one in 6th grade and she actually back in them days, it was all one dang schoolhouse back then. So no, we couldn't. That was too much. If you are old enough to be somebody's parent for real, you are off the market.
You should be ashamed of yourself.
Why?
If you old enough to be somebody's parent, you sitting there trying to date like your kids' age group and stuff. Yeah,
that's nasty.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. You
like I have a close relative that she's I got a couple relatives that is real close to that. Like I had an aunt that dated a dude that graduated in the same year that my grandmother graduated in. Her mother.
That's disgusting.
That's beyond
nasty.
Disgusting.
On that note, y'all, we are about to bounce.
We at the end of the show already?
We are.
We done hit up a whole hour? Look, man.
No.
We did like 52 minutes today.
Look, y'all, we enjoyed y'all though. We enjoyed y'all. And
we appreciate y'all doing what y'all doing.
And for those who do, do the chat and call in and stuff, we appreciate that.
Right. All the chat line people.
Makes it so much more
we
fun.
appreciate y'all doing what y'all do and, coming on chat and being part of the conversation, being part of the LOL show. The people who called in, we appreciate y'all calling in. Miss Mabel, you are the bomb. I don't know if you was a real person or somebody catfish. Right. But regardless of what, you have helped the show on today. So if you doing that, you can call back in anytime. Once again, my name is...
Find me a sugar daddy.
What's a sugar daddy? What's too old? Okay, so
for that purpose. Anyway, we're not gonna go there. We're gonna talk about that later.
Right, that's LOL after hours. That's gonna be a real show. It's not a game, people. We trying to do it. My name is Glenn T. You can get at me at Instagram at Glenn T, or you can get at me on Facebook at Glenn Moore Jr. Get at me. I'll friend you. You friend me. We be friends, and we gonna do it like that.
Y'all can do that. My name is Tori, and you can find me on Instagram and Twitter at Let Tori Tell It. That's Tori with one I. And on Facebook, just Tori Stewart.
Chickenwood 94 Instagram. That's what it is. Sorry, I lied.
He's gonna have to fix that. Anyway, y'all.
It is.
Peace out. We enjoyed y'all.
Deuces. LOL. All day.
West Side.
Every
Thank
day.
you.
Mm-hmm.